So welcome. The nature retreats are somewhat different to our normal workshops where we are working on something, whether that be your totem or spirit animal guides, where there is a format that we follow. Whereas with the nature retreat, it's quite fluid. And the reason that it's fluid is that we are moving with nature. We are allowing nature to guide us, and we are using what comes from the natural world into our space. So for example, if we are journeying, or if we are talking, if we are around the fire and we hear birds singing, just talking, sometimes they're laughing, they're communicating with each other, we bring that sound into our soul and we let that sound move through our body. And by doing that, we really feel not just that connection with the bird or with the energy that the bird is trying to bring to its daily life, to its communication, to its mate, but we also bring that and we feel that energy in our body and how it's moving around our body and how our body moves to that song. And it's just like when a human being dances to the music that they like, and the body, it's like the music moves into the body and feels the body and actually starts to move parts of the body as if the music itself is moving the body. It's the same thing that we would do with the bird. And if you listen very carefully, you can hear the birds have joined us now. Another thing that and another example of that might be the wind. The wind often comes when we are journeying or when we are talking about our journeys or about to move into the journey. And the wind is such a wonderful gift to us when we are in this space, because the wind can be something that moves around us like a cloak and keeps us warm and together and safe. It can also be something that you use to move through you, to blow things out, to cleanse you, to move those things on that are burdening you, that you might be working on. And the wind can also agitate. And so it actually agitates aspects that perhaps need to be agitated to move on, to move out, to bring up, so you can understand, so you can bring more clarity into whatever it is you're working on. So we always use what nature brings at that moment, and we very rarely let it go. We might be outside when we do our journeys or our talkings, and we let the sun bathe us. And in that bathing with the sun, it's like it's warming our body, but it's like a cloak that's moving down over the body, but also like a liquid that's moving in the body and all the way down. So we are letting that permeate not just our body and our soul, but our minds and our thoughts. And we are allowing that energy to flow into the body and fill us up. So there are many aspects of nature that we use when we are on the nature retreat, and we do not contrive them. We wait until they show themselves, until they appear. And it's so interesting because when these different aspects of nature come into our work, it's the right thing for that particular situation. With our nature retreats, as we said, they are fluid. So there is journeying, there is time out with nature, and that could be various things. There is also time around a fire. There is communal meals. So there are aspects that are always happening on the nature retreats. But what we mean by fluid is that the idea of a retreat is to retreat, is to move into, not to necessarily retreat from danger or confrontation, but to retreat into the self and bringing nature into that space. So you are allowing yourself to breathe in the fresh air. You are allowing yourself to hear the leaves rustle. So all of these things, all that natural environment is coming in, and you are retreating into that. This is to regenerate, rejuvenate, rethink. It's there to support, to love, and to nourish. This is what the retreat, the nature retreats, are really about. And as a result, they are fluid. Some people come with an intention of what they really want to work on, and that can occur. Other people come because they want to have the experience of nature within them, or they want to have the experience of being bathed by nature and opening themselves up to all of the possibilities. So it's not so much that they have a particular intention that they want to work on, but the intention is that they are there to experience nature in all of its possibilities, and therefore the nature of themselves in all of its possibilities. The nature retreat is really ideal for someone who is looking for that space to either understand a particular aspect of themselves more clearly, or to just be without having to perform, without having expectations placed upon you, without having people pulling you from side to side. You can just be. Nature retreats are for people who really are just wanting to commune with something other than their current life, their lifestyle, their work, their hobbies, the people around them. They're wanting really to just be in that space where they can breathe their own breath to their own rhythm, think their own thoughts, speak their own mind, and have all of those things completely accepted, not challenged, although sometimes we may challenge you, but generally speaking, we would never stop someone from saying or speaking their mind. If you find yourself in that group, or you just want to get away from what they call the rat race and move out into nature and just be in that space, feeling the love, the nourishment, the availability of energy, this is the retreat for you. Thank you.